OMAD, also known as the OMAD fast, is a diet that I wish I stumbled upon earlier on in my weight loss journey, because it probably would have saved me years of heartache. It probably would have saved me from my 2-year plateau when I was stuck at 220 pounds for the longest time. I only discovered OMAD last year after getting into a car accident. I was dealing with a lot of chronic injuries. I still am to this day, and pain is my trigger. Pain is the reason why I started my weight loss journey in the first place, because I had a chronic pain injury after giving birth to my son, and doctors didn't know what it was. I had chronic back pain for like years. It was the worst thing. So I felt hopeless, and the only thing that gave me relief was food. Food was my outlet. Food was my addiction. Food was something I turned to get away from the pain. And it makes sense because emotions and pain are both in the same part of the brain. I got educated by that from one of my subscribers who taught me that. And it always made sense, because why do people turn to food for comfort? Or why do people turn to food just as a distraction? Not to mention that the food these days has been manipulated in a way that it wants us wanting more and needing more. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why does OMAD work so well when it comes to crushing obesity. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Daniela Joy, and I've lost over 110 pounds on my weight loss journey. I lost the majority of my weight eating one meal a day. It's not really one meal a day. It's just fasting within a 20-hour eating window or more and consuming my calories within that eating window. I made this transformation with OMAD, and this is my overall weight loss transformation. I've done all sorts of weight loss diets, but I've had the most success with keto and OMAD, and no surprise, keto OMAD. I've done the regular looking weight loss diet, the calorie counting weight loss diet. Well, mind you, I count my calories no matter what I do. However, but counting calories, eating whatever I want, just less. I've done high protein diet, low carb diet. I've done 3 meals a day. I've done multiple meals a day. I've done it all. But I find the most success with fasting for 20 hours a day or more and consuming all my calories within a 4-hour eating window or less. My favorite version of OMAD is probably fasting for 22 hours and eating within a 2-hour eating window. So if you're interested in learning more about OMAD or intermittent fasting or weight loss in general, just hit that subscribe button and come join the fam. And make sure you hit that like button, guys, as these acts definitely helped me out. It helps more people to find my videos. I want people to learn how I lost weight because it can benefit a lot of people. I've been a person who struggled with BED, struggled with food addiction. I still struggle with it to this day. I've struggled with a lot of things. I talk about mental health and the importance of really going deep in transforming your journey. So the more people I can reach, the more people I can help, and we can grow a community of people just crushing obesity, crushing that stubborn weight loss, and living an active and healthy lifestyle. So let's jump into why OMAD is so epic. Number 1, OMAD is scale friendly, meaning that when you put in the effort with OMAD, you'll see the scale go down, and you'll see it go down very fast. And that is motivating on a weight loss journey. Trust me, I've done other ways of losing weight, the typical calorie counting way, where I would eat protein, high protein, carbs, 3 meals a day, or what have you. The scale will go down, but the scale is so sensitive to like 1 day of messing up. Whereas with OMAD, if you mess up 1 day, you just jump back into OMAD the next day, and that mess up is like gone from the scale. Whereas with the calorie counting day, if you have 1 day of screwing up, you gotta wait a week or 2 to see that scale go right back to where it was. I've heard people talk about this on their journey. It happens a lot. If, you have to have more discipline. How do I say this? Do you have to have more discipline? I don't know, but you have to have more willpower when it comes to doing it the other way. When you do it with OMAD, yes, I think OMAD takes willpower out of it though, because what happens with OMAD is that your body just gets so used to the fasting, it just becomes a fat burner, which is my second point. OMAD causes your body to metabolically switch. Your body goes through cellular respiration in a way where it produces ketones. The process of ketones is actually created in the liver. Ketones are produced in the liver through the acetyl-CoA pathway. The body takes 2 acetyl-CoA molecules and creates ketones through it and another molecule. And the ketones are used by our body to derive energy from. Now, acetyl-CoA comes from fat metabolism. You cannot get this process happening without breaking down fat. So the process of ketosis is the process of burning fat. So the metabolic switch happens. Your body goes from being a sugar burner or a carb burner, basically getting its energy from external sources, i.e. carbohydrates, to a fat burner. And for someone who's obese, this makes the weight loss process so simple, because when your body makes that metabolic switch, ketones go in the brain, they go up to the hypothalamus, and they actually shut down hunger hormones. And when this happens, you get into a situation where you are so accustomed to fasting on the daily that you just don't get hungry, especially if you're doing keto OMAD. I love keto OMAD for this because the hunger gets crushed. And as an obese person, it is much easier to lose weight with OMAD than it is for someone who is not obese, for someone who's where I'm at right now. When I was first doing OMAD, when I was obese, it was easier. I started OMAD at 229 pounds. I wish I started OMAD at 282 pounds because it would have saved me years of heartache, because I was plateauing at 220 pounds for the longest time. Because when you have the fat on you, your body just gets accustomed to using that fat as fuel and it burns off. So that metabolic switch is so key when it comes to making it easier for someone who is obese to lose weight with OMAD, especially keto OMAD. Ketones are produced at 17 hours of fasting. That's when your body starts making the switch. Now, to prolong that switch, you can transition to keto OMAD or just fast for 20 hours or more. The longer you fast, the longer you are in the stage of fat burning. If you're throwing keto OMAD, you're just constantly in a state of fat burning with very little hunger, which is why I love cutting on keto OMAD. Number 3, it teaches you discipline. When you are someone who has been obese or struggles with food addiction or overeating, you don't have discipline when it comes to the kitchen. You are the opposite. You are mindless. You're not mindful. Your mind is like not there. You go to the fridge. It's so automatic. There is no structure. There is no routine. It's just, oh, I'm feeling sad. Let me run to the fridge. Or I'm bored. Let me run to the fridge. Or, oh, the scale didn't do what I wanted it to do. Let me run to the fridge. With OMAD, it creates structure and discipline. You are basically not eating for 20 hours during the day or more. You're not eating. So during that time, when life happens and emotions pop up, you are forced to find alternative ways to deal with those emotions instead of turning to food. And if you're in a situation where you're doing your OMAD fast and you're sitting there and you're waiting for that food to happen, go get busy, go do something, go be active, go call a friend, go hang out with your kids, go hang out with your wife or your partner or what have you, make a phone call, distract yourself. Don't succumb to that temporary urge because you will get the food. And what I love about OMAD over other methods of fasting is that you can do it longer. You can't prolong fast your way into losing weight. It's not sustainable to do that. You can't alternate day fast consistently into losing weight. Some people can, I did stand corrected, but it's much easier to do with OMAD because you know when that hunger strikes, you know you're eventually getting food. And usually when that hunger strikes, I highly recommend you get some exercise in, go to the gym, go for a walk, do some yoga, do something to keep yourself busy. If you're doing keto OMAD or if you have tons of weight to lose, that hunger should be minimum. So what makes people break OMAD is the emotion, is them being impatient, is them not understanding that, hey, sometimes the scale will not do what you want it to do. However, it won't be as severe as other forms of losing weight. You will plateau on OMAD sometimes, that will happen, but the beautiful thing about an OMAD plateau is that, look in the mirror, my friend. If you're eating your calories in a way that you're in a calorie deficit, and if you're sticking to all the rules of OMAD, you should be leaner in the mirror. Your clothes should fit better. You should feel more active. You should feel that your stamina in the gym's better. There's other ways to measure your weight loss success. Number 4, OMAD is idiot proof. 23-1 OMAD, the real OMAD. It's literally idiot proof. You just fast for 23 hours, eat within an hour eating window, and you're good to go. Now, 24 or more, is that idiot proof? Not so much, because people can gain weight on 24 or more. I have gained weight on 24 or more. With 24 or more, fasting for 20 hours a day and having a 4-hour eating window, you need to have more structure. And what I do like about the 24 or more method, which is the method that I've lost the majority of my weight at, you learn portion control better with it. As opposed to eating all of your calories within an hour eating window, it kind of gets you addicted to that feeling that you yearn for if you struggle with BED. You yearn for that feeling of being full, so you were distracted from the emotional pain, the physical pain, or whatever pain you're dealing with. I like 24 or more because it gives you the discipline through the fasting. You're fasting for 20 hours a day, 21 hours a day, 22 hours a day. I love those methods of OMAD. I think 21, 22, up to those methods, those are very good because then you're forced to be more disciplined during your eating window. You're forced to maybe have small snacks or break your fast with a small snack, wait a couple hours and eat the rest of your meal. You're forced to break apart your meal because the people who are going to be successful with losing weight are the ones that are able to portion control. If you're able to portion control in the long run, you will be successful with weight loss. And portion control can mean one day you may go out, have a party, eat a lot, but the next day you need to dial things back. Number 5. With OMAD, you are not only losing weight, you are also reversing metabolic damage. Now, this applies to other methods of fasting too. OMAD, I would put it with the prolonged fasting category, not technically, but because the length is so long, you get the autophagy effect longer and you get the ketone effect longer. Anything less than 20, I wouldn't really put it there, but you get that effect obviously with 36 hours of fasting, alternate day fasting, and other methods of prolonged fasting, dry fasting as well. But you basically are reversing metabolic damage when you fast, because when you fast, your body is going to its innate healing system. Our body is full of wisdom, very strong wisdom that's in our DNA, and our body can heal itself. And fasting is a state of healing. So when we fast, we go through autophagy. When we fast, our hormones get rebalanced off in a way that our body produces growth hormones. You get good neurotransmitters being produced like GABA, and our body just goes through a whole cycle of healing. Dr. Mindy Pelz is probably way better at explaining this than I am. I've been following Dr. Mindy Pelz for years. I started prolonged fasting because of her. Her and Michaela Peterson, they were the two people that introduced me to fasting. And Michaela shared her story because she struggled with an autoimmune disease and she was dealing with chronic pain and depression and anxiety. And Dr. Mindy Pelz brings the science out of it. So with fasting, you are healing your body. And there's also other people out there too. Dr. Jason Fung is a very good resource as well. Anyway, let me know if you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like and drop a comment below. If you made it this far into the video, the comment will be 3 pink hearts because I'm wearing pink, and I appreciate you guys being here. Send you guys mad love, and it's good to be back because I know I disappeared. I just needed some time. A lot going on. I'll update you guys on my life soon, but things are good. Anyway, send you guys mad love. Take care. Bye.